We're enjoying a little lunch break after a pretty hot climb to this morning out of Red's Meadow. Anybody know the name of this stream?
Minaret Creek.
Minaret Creek.
And, Tom, talk about the pumice. Show them the pumice.
Oh yes, and we have discovered that pumice floats.
We knew pumice floated.
Well, we knew it floated and we discovered some pumice. Where is your pumice?
It's right in the bushes right over there.
Got stuck in the bushes. Peter's going to get it.
Maybe you can reach it.
You don't have your shoes on. I mean, you have your shoes on.
Yeah, just don't get the handle
David is in the water going to rescue his pumice.
No.
It's a new invention, a new variety of poo sticks. Throwing the pumice upstream. Can you demonstrate?
He's a rock.
And letting it float down till we catch it or it gets stuck in the willows.
Or Peter gets it.
We're looking across at the minarets. Those are some pretty tall mountains. Usually have quite a bit of snow on them in pictures, but it's a low snow year, so none this year. We're walking through some beautiful forest right now. The predominant species is some kind of fir that I don't know. It's got cones that stand up on the top of the uppermost branches, like right there. So it is a true fir, not a Douglas fir. It's a beautiful place to be. We're going past a series of small ponds like this. The first likely campsite is right over that stone ridge. We'll see if we like it.
We're resting in a beautiful spot called Gladys Lake. Trying to decide if we've done enough of our hard labor to warrant camping sometime soon. And obviously there are some with more energy than others.
Got the water filter running.
The water filter is running. And we've had a long hot climb,
It was not long.
but we made it and we're enjoying the beauty around us.
20 miles, not 17.
Well, if we do 17, 17, 17, I think we'll finish.
Let's see, okay, so that's 34, 40, 51. 51 miles?
I don't promise to go 20 miles tomorrow.
But no,
I said that
17?
already.
yeah, 17.
I would be willing to try for 17, but it depends on how early you wake up. You know,
You're waking us up.
the early energy.
It's all on
is-
you.
It's not
Oh,
early
okay.
energy,
She has no
Mom.
Do I
problem
have that,
waking you up. Getting you up is
True.
the problem.
Mom, it's late energy. You, like, the later, like, if we go at, like, if we stop at, like, 8 o'clock, that's really good, because we go, like, super fast.
Yeah, we went super fast after dinner.
Yeah, we did
We
have
got,
good
like, 4
success.
miles after dinner or something.
And that was a lovely evening hike we did.
We need to do that every day. Forget about the before breakfast stuff. That stuff miserable.
But after dinner,
No,
that's
no,
good.
no, no. I actually think the daddy's right because that was downhill. It's not like we can do that all the time.
No, but we can go, like, just go all day, like, from 6 to 8.
That's hardcore.
No, it's not. That's what we did last time. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Day before it is. Wait, no.
I would say 20 and a half miles in a day is hardcore.
Well, let's do that then.
Okay, if that counts as hardcore, let's do it then.
I want to say for the record that the currants that were on the hillside in the burn areas just south of Red's Meadow were the most delicious and ripe, flavorful, sweet currants I have ever had. So it must be just the peak season, early August, but if you're ever hiking through to Red's Meadow from the south, make sure you enjoy. There were hundreds of bushes of currants. I can't imagine how much currant jelly you can make from that. But it was wonderful to harvest as we went along in our evening hike yesterday. So after a lengthy debate and some walk around the beautiful Lake Gladys, we decided to camp on the rocky hillside next to the lake, and the amazing view along the back down into the valley. I believe the Pacific Crest Trail is on the other side of that valley. Beautiful evening, and we are going to enjoy the lake and our camp. There are some antics in the water. Riding on logs. David is keeping his hair out of the water, his ear, I should say, out of the water because of the earlier ear infection. Being very creative and having a good time. And Peter also is swimming. Looks like he's trying to get across this pond pretty good. He may actually be on a log also.
The first lake since camp in a day of many lakes. Shadow Lake, lake number 2 of the day after Rosalie Lake. And now for the biggest climb of the day, about 1,400 feet. This is a swiftly falling stream. We've passed cascade after cascade. And you can see Shadow Lake down below us. Crested out on this 1,400 foot climb. Nice view, both back the way we came, as well as to the side where you can see Banner Peak just over the ridge. And then looking forward, we can see the next couple ridges we got across, including that one in the foreground, or middle ground. And we're dropping down to Garnet Lake. And this is Emerald Lake. The last 3 lakes have had a gem theme to their names. I know another Emerald Lake that's even prettier than this one. But this is pretty nice. These lakes have amazingly blue, clear water. This is Emerald Lake again. I love it when you can see right over the outlet dam of a lake into the valley on the other side. It's a pretty neat view. Last night we camped right next to one of those places for Gladys Lake. And this one is Thousand Island Lake. Of all the lakes in the Sierra Nevada, it probably has the broadest reputation for beauty. Being right under Banner Peak certainly enhances it. Right now I am standing at the top of Island Pass. And when Peter and I counted the 11 passes along our route, we forgot to include this one because its climb is pretty insignificant. Geographically, however, it's quite a significant pass because the water that is over there flows into the Middle Fork of the San Joaquin River, and from there into the Central Valley of California and the San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Ocean. Whereas the water over here flows out into the Owens Valley, where it evaporates in Lake Owens, unless it gets intercepted by the Los Angeles Aqueduct and taken to Los Angeles to fill the thirsty masses. This is, in fact, this next stretch is the only part of the John Muir Trail that's actually on the east side of that divide. Picturesque Rush Creek, draining out to the Owens Valley. Passing through some magnificent subalpine meadows on the way up to Donahue Pass. Almost there. Donahue Pass. And here is where we cross into Yosemite National Park. We've been through quite a few jurisdictions of public lands on this hike. We started in the Golden Trout Wilderness, passed into the John Muir Wilderness, then into Sequoia National Park, Kings Canyon National Park, back into John Muir Wilderness, finally we went to Ansel Adams Wilderness, briefly stepped out of any wilderness at all into regular old national forest, then into Devil's Postpile National Monument, back into Ansel Adams Wilderness, and now finally in Yosemite. So it's been a 15.3 mile day.
Woohoo! So far.
So far.
We're not to camp yet.
2 more like this will finish it. And there are Banner and Ritter. Banner on the left, Ritter on the right, just visible over the ridge. Mount Lyell at 13,114 feet, the highest peak in Yosemite. Note Lyell Glacier just below the summit and going out of sight behind its own terminal moraine. An incredible alpine valley with a great view. The headwaters of the Tuolumne River.
Dad, it could be like that. Like when you go hiking, it would be no weight at all. It'd be like that. Alright. That's alright. So got home from my farm, but then it's at hike.
We're moving along pretty fast here on day 18. We've left the alpine zone for the last time on this hike. And we're following the Lyell Fork of the Tuolumne River down to Tuolumne Meadows. And from there we go over a pass and into Yosemite Valley. The kids are eager to get to whatever you can eat at Tuolumne Meadows. some buck grazing near the trail. We're getting a lot of haze, smoke from some fire, hopefully a controlled burn. But this valley is still very beautiful.
We are at Tuolumne Meadows store and sort of backpackers resupply place. We're enjoying grapes and juice and muffins.
Anybody want to deck cards?
And this is a very refreshing break on our second to last day, we hope. So, very fun atmosphere with everybody chatting everywhere, all around.
Making the final climb of the John Muir Trail up to Cathedral Pass through some beautiful forests. The air is still smoky. There's nowhere quite like Yosemite for gigantic slabs of rock. Cathedral Peak. Cathedral Peak is even more impressive from this side. And down here we got Peter filtering water.
I think it already did it, Mom.
I did, I heard it. Hi! Are you taking a video?
A little wading in Upper Cathedral Lake.
And cleaning of the legs!
Yeah, we got such dirty legs, we definitely don't need sunscreen. Dinner stop at Upper Cathedral Lake prior to going over Cathedral Pass, which you see across the lake there.
Tiny.
And here is the top of Cathedral Pass, the last pass on the John Muir Trail. Interestingly enough, we don't really go down from here, we go along that ridge, climbing slightly, rather than going down the valley. Cathedral Pass is a beautiful place.